The screen does something to the house, so it changes the relationship between the interior and the world beyond. It allows us to use a lot more glass. The spaces within can actually become a lot brighter. That additional glass allows us to use quite muted interior finishes, but still for the space to be full of light.
I'm Anita Panoff.
And I'm Andrew Scott. We're from Panoff Scott Architects.
We're sitting here in a project of ours called House Within.
House Within is a reinvention of an existing childhood home for a couple. It relates to the context and to the neighbourhood in a very specific way, which is about protecting and making a secure and private place within, but then also to bring kind of garden and the life of the environment into the house as well.
If we thought of the house as a diagram, it's quite literally a house within. So we've got a walled garden, and within that sits the home.
The house is orientated to the street in the north. The opening where the door is and to the garage, which you kind of can't really tell. It's a sleight of hand, it's meant to disappear. And that entryway is meant to be a kind of a darkish space. It's meant to be punctuated very clearly at one point by light, where there's a display case for a piece of sculpture. And then there's a capacity to come up a few stairs, and then you're into this space, which is all about capturing and holding light in the centre of the plan. From that space, there's a capacity to move in multiple directions, perhaps first into the library. And that room reorientates back towards the street.
From our voluminous living space, we can move through into the kitchen and dining space. And so that becomes another place to gather. The material character of the space is defined a little bit differently in that we're utilising that wonderful hard-wearing material of stainless steel. The space is long and thin, somewhat tucked towards the end of the space is the dining table with a playful pendant light hanging over. One of the particular rooms in the house is our client's studio. Our client's a practicing artist, and so part of the brief for the project was to make a space for her to not only produce art, but a kind of reflective space away from daily life itself, where she can draw, read, and think about her practice. Then you can move upstairs through a small timber stair, and you'll find a place there by the window to sit and read or draw, and that balances the workday, I guess, in terms of those different tasks.
From that gallery space, you have then a capacity to move into the main bedroom suite. And then at the end of that more private journey, there's the ensuite, and there's a bathtub. There's a capacity to open the window of that bathtub and to sit there and be on the street, but be totally private. So that's where the screen does what it's doing, and the tree beyond allows you to be in the canopy. There's a great responsibility as an architect to build in a manner in which we're conscious of the resources that we're using. We're using materials in a way here where they have an incredible longevity. We've used the block from Brickworks now on a number of projects, and it's a fantastic material in that it has an amazing longevity. That's what's drawn us to it. It's unadorned, so it's not coated in any way. It has an amazing robustness to it. We're always looking for strategies to do less in terms of impacts on resources. One of the opportunities we had here was to reuse the paving on the site, and so that was all collected up and then it was redispersed. But there weren't enough pavers. Our builder came up with a couple of options, and our client who works in the CBD said, yep, I'll just pop down to Brickworks' showroom, and he actually selected the best colour match there. There's a slight difference, and so that's been actually placed together in a way in which there's a kind of a pattern that emerges between the old and the new. When designing, acting as an architect, there's a moment in which the house becomes a home. And there's always great joy in that process. And I think we've experienced that relatively recently with the finishing of this our project's never finished, but in the finishing of our more intense role within a project. And it's been wonderful to see the client inhabiting the space in that kind of wonderful way that their character is now part of the architecture.